Good. Now, where can we get money or where can we get co-funding for our campaigns? So, first thing to think about is who else wants you to succeed. And if you are working, let's say, with Microsoft technologies, obviously, you kind of can guess that perhaps Microsoft would be interested in you to succeed, or maybe a CSP or distributor. And actually, in fact, we have had quite a bit of projects when partners have been able to get co-financing from third parties, including vendors, including distributors, and so on. So, what would motivate vendors perhaps to spend time and spend money to help you succeed with your solution? Of course, first thing is internal priorities. So, if you're helping Microsoft to sell more of its remote work technologies or more of its cloud technologies, such as Azure, Microsoft perhaps would be interested. What motivates Microsoft? Of course, they are motivated by business growth. And additionally, they are also motivated by innovation because everyone is looking for new ways how to market, how to sell, how to do things better. And we have seen that in many cases, what was one of results that vendors want to do? They really want to innovate. They really want to have their partners do modern marketing, do lead generation. They enjoy having full control with all the dashboards, analytics, and so on. Similarly, if you look at CSP or distributor, what they want to do? Well, first of all, they want to keep vendor happy, right? They also want to grow business, and they are also motivated by innovation. So, in a sense, what happens or how it works? Now, if we step into shoes of distributor or CSP or of vendor, and in this case, I mean Microsoft or other vendors, so what they think about? Generally, in most cases, the business is kind of strong, not bad, probably growing anyhow, but they're always pressured to think, okay, how can we beat competition? How can we generate more business growth? How can we grow our market share? And growing their market share or basically investing or buying additional growth with marketing investment is something that they do. They do have some marketing money. Not always it's available. Not always, of course, they will agree to invest, but generally they have some funding which they could invest in exchange for growth. So what they need a plan, and plan needs to be first of all realistic. Second thing, it helps if it's innovative, if it's something that is new, is exciting, that provides more growth opportunities than traditional ways like I don't know, uh, conferences or events which do not work due to COVID anyhow. Then of course the plan needs to be aligned with their priorities and expectations. So if your solution pulls with it only small part of Azure, probably CSPs or Microsoft wouldn't be interested. But if each time you sell, you pull quite a bit of revenue, that's completely different conversation, and chances are they might be interested. And what's more, it's very important. And quite frankly, I have been in this role myself. I used to manage Microsoft channel in Baltics, and it always was important to know what's going on, where the money is spent, what are results, etc., etc. So having a single view analytics or dashboard actually is really important because that helps your sponsors, your funders to understand where the money is going, what's happening, is the partner keeping promises, and so on.
Yeah, and just to give you an example, in early May, we were approached by one of Microsoft partners who wanted to who was looking for opportunity to grow specifically innovative new kind of solution area based on the Dynamics 365. And what we started with, we actually sat together and we put a very detailed plan, how we gonna achieve very specific revenue targets and very specific customer ads target. And based on that, we turned to the Microsoft and turned to the CSP in this region and presented that together. And in 2 weeks, our partner actually got funded. So they actually received quite a significant amount to execute this campaign. And currently we are in progress to finalize it and to launch it. So this is just an example of how it can work, and it's also shows that it's working. And this is just one of these examples. We had some others in the past as well. So we would like to encourage you really to use this opportunity. And even if you are the startup, if you are not a big established Microsoft partner, still there are quite a good chance that you will be getting funded if you have a good plan, which, as Roland mentioned, also gives a good level of confidence for the vendor. In this case, it could be Microsoft or Microsoft channel partner, so that you will help them to demonstrate innovation, demonstrate some initiative on the market, but also, of course, to achieve the business result.
And of course, not be limited with Microsoft only. Large organizations which are using partner channel, more often than not, they have marketing money. Other thing is, of course, that you need to approach them timely, because otherwise all the money is already planned and there is no extra available. But generally, that's how the channel logic works, and that's how the other channel players are motivated. And indeed, use this opportunity. So to finalize getting co-funded, so first of all, start with planning, and plan needs to be credible. It needs to be based on research, on solid strategy. Talk to your channel players, CSP, DST. If you know people, try to talk with Microsoft, and do not discount other vendors, particularly if you can find complementary vendors to Microsoft. Well, you could probably get funding from Microsoft and perhaps from other complementary vendors as well. However, key question here is your solution pulling through enough of other products so that investment actually makes sense?